come on. Yo, this that spooky shit, that real, that's right, that GMSONIC shit, hey yo, Mr. Clean, shout out to Dracula Presley, Corey, Johnny Slash on the beat, hey yo, yo, it's the GMSONIC show, Phantom opera flow, permissionless, immutable, unstoppable, spectacular, gather with Corville and Dracula, abracadabra, flip shit like a spatula, few Andre Stan, the master of memes, DeFi king, half man, half virtual machine, no other team can match the collective expertise, no other chain can achieve the supersonic speeds, home with the most creative tech, what's your favorite decks, spooky swap, equalizer, Beethoven X, and when I place my bet, I never break a sweat. Worship the open source code like sacred text. Rest assured, battle tested and ready for war. I check the bribes, cast the vote and collect the rewards. Knock at the door, trick or treat. Move like a zombie, but usually I stay cooler than Fonzie. I get surgical with this, call me Dr. Doom. Break the sound barrier, hit you with a sonic boom. We got it wrapped like a mummy in a tomb. It's about time we address the elephant in the room. It's called Sonic. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. GMSONIC. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. Yo, since the Genesis block, consensus didn't stop. Innovating since day one and never missed the plot. I'm just a humble yield farmer, tending these crops like a routine. See you at the next epoch. Ayo, the DeFi Renaissance, yeah, we were part of that. Your favorite dap, Fantom is where it started at. Go to Paint Swap and cop an ancient artifact. Let's run it back so we can 20x the market cap. FGM's the pre-sale, S is the ticker. It's best to zoom out so you can see the bigger picture. Brand new tech, brand new insignia, no trivia, we stacking more chips than Nvidia. Graduated from Halloween to a sonic theme. The dead chain resurrected make you wanna scream. Due diligence, follow the new primitives, controlled by the citizens built to move billions. Your mass adoption, that's the only option. We ain't stopping till we locked in the top 10. Who got the best community? Who got the most promise? Who got the most pumponomics? Fantom and now Sonic. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. GMSONIC. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. Yeah, come on. Yo, this that spooky shit, that real, that's right, that GMSONIC shit, hey yo, Mr. Clean, shout out to Dracula Presley, Corey, Johnny Slash on the beat, hey yo, yo, it's the GMSONIC show, Phantom opera flow, permissionless, immutable,
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
I'm an autistic adult and my special interest is Count Dracula. So I spend hours and hours watching Dracula, reading about Dracula, and doing Dracula things. I know it may sound a little batty, but it makes me happy and that's what counts.
Amount of coins that are locked, staked, whatever the fuck's going on, that would be the fully, but obviously the real one is not. So the market cap is 2.168 trillion And now the mark. Oh! Oh! It went to 0. Yo! Damn! There we go. Squid Games. Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, good Lord. Come on. What's his name?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Stop the music. We can't play the bull song. We had to stop the bull song.
No, this is what's really good.
And these bitch niggas go hate me. Sorry.
That's the real vibe right now. Falling in the lean. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sonic. Good morning, Dracula.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, bad morning, really. Well, I mean, Sonic is live, but it just so happens everything else is down. But dude, rep the set, bro. Is that an S? That's backwards.
That looks like an S. Yeah, I mean, crazy market nuke. You know, we're used to having these nukes around the holidays, but you know, Powell the other day said, "I'm gonna do this myself." Rolled up his sleeves, snapped his finger. But yeah, I mean, hey, you can't be, like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. I mean, Sonic is live, and you were right, Corval. You know, on Tuesday, you said it's going to be tomorrow, it's going to be Wednesday, and you actually didn't know, so nobody can get too mad at you.
Yeah, I literally.
But you were like, it's going to be tomorrow, it's going to be Wednesday.
I was just reading the vibe, you know. I could just feel it. I'm kind of surprised that I was right too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're saying, it's not all doom and gloom, dude. You know what, Dracula? You know what I'm thinking of this, you know, massive market-wide dump as? I'm thinking entry, baby. Entry. What better time to enter? Especially Sonic, fresh, fertile ground. Lots of new projects coming in. And as a matter of fact, we've got 3 of them we're going to be talking about today. We got people from each one of them. And, you know, I'm excited. I'm really excited to talk to them. But do you want to hop right into where do we want to start? We want to talk about the Sonic launch, how it went, just in general. We'll do charts and then bring someone up.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. I think that launch. Congrats to the team. I think the launch itself went very smooth. I've said this a couple times already to some people, but you know, on launch day, especially with a new chain, it's kind of rare that there's just like 0 technical issues. I mean, I guess they've been testing this thing so long. It was already kind of in the wild with the Fantom upgrade. But just like really no hiccups on the actual launch. You know, as it goes with right when something goes live, not everybody's ready. So I think that's what we're kind of looking at right now is more of like, you know, the playground is open, but there's only like 1 slide or 2 slides or, you know, one, you know what I mean? It's like, we're waiting for a lot of protocols to get deployed. I mean, not to say that we didn't launch with none, we did, but you have that kind of like chaotic period where everybody's starting to launch. Some things are already launched. Everybody's kind of getting their footing. And then there's still like some things that like the chain we're still waiting on, like the actual gateway to open so we can have like wrapped Ethereum and USDC and all that good stuff. So all in all, though, I thought it was a really well done rollout. They did a good job they definitely shocked everybody. I woke up, it was probably about 7:30 a.m. my time, and I got the word that, you know, hey, chain's live in like an hour and a half. Like, holy shit.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, but it's here, right? Like we can all breathe a little, you know, there's a lot of like stress and tension and whatever leading up. You know, market conditions aren't superb these last couple days, but I think the hard part's over, right? You know,
anticipation is finally paying off. We finally got a brand new toy to play with, a little Christmas present.
Yeah. And you know, there's, like I said, there's a handful of things live. I also want to say, I see Funeral here. We already had an NFT collection, just like Insta out.
Mm-hmm.
So congrats to Funeral on the derps. It looks like they're already got like a cultural foothold on the early network participants.
Mm-hmm.
So that was exciting. He had been doing those 1-of-1s on Fantom. He did 100 of them. So it was like this build up to the generative. And they dropped the generative day one, and it sold out like in under 24 hours. So
wow.
Was exciting to see that.
On a brand new chain. On a brand new chain, minted out in 24 hours. Congrats, Funeral. Now you've created the look for the OGs.
Yeah.
Although I believe there was an NFT project that launched before Funeral, wasn't there?
Was there?
Didn't one launch on before? Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, man. Seriously, that was great work, everybody. Love to see it. And today we got a couple projects that have already launched on. So we got SILVERSWAP back again. He, Mascot has no choice now but to actually say what the hell they're doing over there. I think we actually kind of front ran him a couple weeks ago, but yeah, exciting to finally get that from.
Yeah, we want to pull up Mascot here, and we want to quiz him. We want to get him to reveal his secrets. He's been playing so close to his chest. Hello, Mascot. Welcome.
Hey guys, so good to be back. What's up?
Well, not a lot of things are up. Lots of things are down right now. But what is up? My curiosity, Mascot. You've been playing it so fucking cool, dude. Pardon my language, but anytime I ask Mascot, hey guy, what's the tokenomics like? What's happening out there? What's the plan on SILVERSWAP? He's always like, well, we got to keep it under wraps until Sonic launches. Well, guess what, sucker? Sonic's here. So what's the deal, Mascot? Tell us how did the launch go?
And man, unfortunately, we're just not ready to talk about.
Oh my God.
No, man, launch has been awesome. Yeah, so we published all of our preliminary information on how the tokenomics work. We're currently getting the documentation right exactly to where we want it so that people can come in and read that. We feel like our designs are pretty simplistic to use. And there's, once we get our full rollout here, probably over the weekend, there's information right on the UI. So there's no confusion with how to use it, what it does. But those docs are coming in the next couple of days. We got all the details out as far as supply, 9-year runway, how our auction system works, how our giveaway system works, how the constant buybacks that fuel those auctions, are being utilized. So, right, 85% of our fees go to our snatch and flare system. So, if, for instance, if there's a pool that's really popping off with huge volume, you can go in there and burn some AG and bid that auction, and you can take 50% of 12 hours of the fees accumulated from that pool.
Yeah. So back up there and kind of explain because we briefly touched on it just from your documents, but just explain this auction system because it sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. So the vast majority of our fees, right, that the DEX creates itself, not that goes to LP thing. How it works is, let's say that there's a pool that's pumping $1 million in volume, and we accumulate $1,000 in fees from that pool. 12% goes to the team to fund, our servers and make sure that the lights stay on. 3% goes to our weekly giveaways, which is a whole nother thing. And then 85% of that rest goes to the 2 different auctions. So for Snatch, it's pool, it's individual pool. So you can go in and you can bid on that particular pool that maybe has had $1 million of volume. You can say, man, this has been pumping, and we'll show you how much fees it's made in that time frame. And you can bid your silver tokens, your AG tokens, and if you win that bid, the AG is burned, which is great for the ecosystem, and you win half of all of the fees for that entire pool, right? So if it made $1,000, right, you get 42.5%, right? So you'd make $420 for burning some AG, which if you're only burning 10, 15, $20 of AG, that's a great win. And then our flare feature is fee wide, right? So if our cumulative fees for the DEX on say $10 million of volume is like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, you can use 42.5% of that, and you can do essentially a buyback on our behalf on any whitelisted token that you want. So let's say you launch your own token and you're a small project and you want to get some volume pumping, then you can just bid really high on the auction for the flare, and you can be just taking SILVERSWAP's fees and pumping it into buybacks every 12 hours. So going, kind of harkening back to what I said earlier when I was on the show a couple of months back, right? We want to create new ways for users to really feel like they're the DEX. And we're giving them half of the fees that we make and saying, what do you want to do with this? Do you want to take it and pocket it? Do you want to use it and put it into buybacks? Really, you can do whatever you want every single 12 hours. And if an auction doesn't get taken in those 12 hours, it rolls over into the next and keeps accumulating. So, and all of that is returned in silver token. So it's constantly perpetuating buybacks with all of the fees that we make. And we have the ability to switch that tap, where if we want to change all those fees so that buybacks are immediately going to Sonic and Sonic token instead of silver, if we want the silver token to kind of cool off for a second, users can get their snatch fees directly in Sonic if we ever want to switch that, or community sentiment is there,
Interesting. So I get my snatch fees in silver or an AG. And I can also opt to get it in Sonic. Okay.
So we would swap that over, right? So with community sentiment, because it's changes the whole underlying system for all the buybacks, but we'll do that as per need, right? So if silver is absolutely flying, and we want it to cool off a little bit, maybe it's getting a little too expensive for people on the auctions, whatever, we can just flip it over, and everybody I think is happy getting ecosystem tokens, right? We all love S, and more ways, right? Burning AG to win free S is always a good time. So can't be mad about that.
Man, yeah, that is pretty interesting. Gonna have to go play around with it for sure. And on top of that, you guys offer concentrated liquidity, and you have perps ready, right?
Perps should be ready on about Monday. Concentrated liquidity is going, and we should have farms out here as soon as I'm off this call. Gotta go set that. I gotta hop on a call with my team and get farms rolling as well. So so essentially, if you're in an LP, and to participate in the auctions, you have to have any amount of dollars deployed in an LP. So if you're in an LP, right, you're making money directly from the liquidity, you're making money in the farms, and you can make money on the auctions. So there's 3 separate ways. Plus we have 2 more features rolling out in Q1 and maybe Q2 if we're slow. I can tease those a little bit. We're working on some, for early Q1. We're about to go to audit for an LSW, and in Q2 at the latest, we're working on some really, really cool in-house designed user rewards program systems that I put together for about 2 years. So there will be about 4 or 5 ways to make cash when you deploy anything on SilverSwap. So really just starting to dominate, right? That if you're not on SilverSwap, you're missing out on free money, and nobody wants to do that. So,
well, Matt, who can resist free money? Now, what I really like about this system here, Mascot, what I'm really intrigued by and I really am curious to see play out is you got all these tools to control the supply and demand, dude. I'm really curious to see how the market reacts to this. How are you enjoying Sonic since the launch? It's only been like a day or two, a day, 24 hours, 48 hours?
Yeah, it's been awesome for us. We the first 24 hours, we were the second highest volume token on the network. So we launched at 90 cents. And we've seen highs of about $4, but with the the nuke that you so stated, we're sitting right at about just a touch under $3. And our pre-salers got in at $1 or $1.10, and they're vested over 133 days. And I think a lot of our early purchasers are pretty happy with buying in at $1, $1.10, $1.20, and sitting there at $3 with $600 in liquidity and $2 million market cap. So we've been pretty stoked about the launch and being able to hold these prices through the absolute abysmal global price action, thanks to good old Jerome Powell.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. SilverSwap still shining even when the market's all grody, dude. Loving to see it, bro. Nice. Well, anything we can really look forward to? You mentioned the perps coming up. What would you ask the people to do right now?
I think what I would ask right now is play around with concentrated liquidity. Go in there, deploy some tokens. We're about to whitelist the Beats Staked S. We already have an LP over there. We're about to whitelist it. We were just playing a little bit on the back end. We're about to get a Steer pool also deployed for that with our partners over at Steer. So that's actively managed concentrated liquidity. But I would really advise people to get in there and play around, because my personal pools, just with my own funds that I've been playing around with, I was hitting like 300% APRs on day one, just on the CL. That's not even including farms. So I wouldn't if 300% APR doesn't sound attractive to you, I really don't know what else we can do for you.
Yeah.
But I would just advise people to go in there, play around, see how easy the UI is, see how easy the system is, and see how quickly you start making some funds. And because we're partnered with OpenOcean and our concentrated liquidity offers better price impact, you're swapping, like even when you're swapping Sonic over on DYOR swap, the number one meme token on the network right now, you're seeing 3, 4, 5% price impact. With us having just $10,000 of liquidity deployed, our price impact is better. Our price impact is better than what their multiple hundreds of thousands is offering for price impact over there. So if you have a couple bucks, deploy it, get some fees, make that 300-400% APR, and enjoy better price impact as well. And obviously, just an inherently better user experience. Unfortunately, no disrespect, but we worked on our user experience since before we purchased SilverSwap, because like I told you guys, we were making our own swap. So we've had 2 years to really polish up what we were building. And it kind of just works. And it worked on day one, which a lot of people weren't able to say. So
yeah, that was, like I said earlier, it was kind of a rare flip-flop where the chain had, zero issues, was like rock solid. And, I think there was definitely some bugginess and some other things going on with some of the launch protocols. Of course, it happens, like I said, it's brand new, but yeah, congrats on the launch, guys. And we will definitely have you back soon to report on more.
Yeah, I would love to go over our unique LSW and what we're calling our URP, right? Our user rewards program. And then after that, we're going to work on a rollout for something called SilverSwap Pro, but that's Q2 and Q3. But needless to say, there's always more pans on the stovetop over at SilverSwap. So we're happy to come around and keep talking about the cool stuff we're working on.
Right on. Thank you so much, Mascot. I really appreciate your time. We're going to have to move on here because we got to get more jam-packed into this show. But for you all at home, check out SilverSwap only on Sonic. And, I'm sure Mascot wants to see your feedback. So go ahead and post below how much you love it, what kind of APRs you're chasing, all right? So we'll catch you next time, Mascot.
Thanks, guys, so much.
Now, next up, Dracula.
Yeah.
We got another project here on Sonic, don't we?
Yeah, our schedule's getting packed now that Sonic's finally here, which is, love to see it.
Yeah, so I want to get on our next guest here, Blazing Bot, okay? Now, Blazing Bot, I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're pretty righteous, dude. They got a cool app here. Telegram and web app. Welcome, Blazing Bot team. We got Red and Slice here. How you guys doing?
GM, guys.
GM.
We're doing great. We've been looking for Sonic for so long. We've been talking to numerous dexes, implementing them beforehand. Some of them we're still waiting upon, but we got the main ones out there. We're still adding new stuff. We're waiting for DJ Express to be live as well. Just looking left and right, what's popping. Happy to say that we had DR swap right off the bat. We were actually live even before the official bridge launch, so even before the official Sonic launch, we were already live on Sonic. People already were trading through us because somebody managed to bridge over Opera with zero taxes, and somebody managed to deploy some tokens. So I'm happy to say that people even before official were already trading through Blazing Bot. And yeah, I think Dracula said it pretty well. Right now, we're just waiting for more stuff to be deployed. Like that chain was ready, some applications weren't, and that's natural. It's always some kind of bullshit with blockchain development. But ourselves, we've been ironing out a lot of details before. So we wanted to make sure that we're live on Telegram, on WebApp, and everything, and just bring the user experience in the fun trading way to Sonic ASAP. And at the moment, we're the only web app that is available on Sonic. And if you don't like our web app, that's cool. Use our Telegram.
Cool. You want me to throw up the app now on the screen so we can see what you're talking about? Let's give the people kind of a quick summary. For those of you who don't know, what is Blazing Bot app? How's it different? Let's take a look. As you can see, one, it's beautiful. What else?
Show the light version as well, Slice. Like this is you're diving into your sniping methodologies already. But we also have like a light version with like one wallet, like that's like very similar to the screener kind of view. All of the data you see here is pulled directly from the blockchain, especially on like the top bar and then the right. Basically, to get the fastest information to users, where instead of using some kind of API which creates latency, we're pulling everything directly. We have our own node setup. We've been doing everything ourselves, which is a nightmare to do. It's like eating glass, but it's definitely worth it when it comes, to speed, to everything. And we programmed everything in a very low level programming language. And on Eve with 12-second block times, you can write in any kind of programming language. You're not going to see any difference because in 12 seconds, even with TypeScript we can do well. You just need to bribe or not. But the reason we were waiting for eagerly for SONIC, because we knew that this is like where our tech is going to shine, right? And apart from Sonic, we're also live on Eve, Base, minus March and Solana. EVMs at the current stage are definitely our strong suit. We're still like improving on other verticals as well. But if you now could go to the pro version as well, Slice, and you can cover the more complicated features on how use 20 wallets, etc. One last thing that I want to mention, just like from very broad scope, we're trying to work with the Sonic team to get into those gems program, and once we get it to them, we are going to be redistributing all of the bonuses directly back to our users. Our protocol is not going to keep any of the Sonic reward fees. We're going to be redirecting everything to our basically traders. So giving everything back to the community. You guys trading an hour and giving us feedback, and just fucking around and finding out on the platform is the biggest reward we can get. And then we want to reward you ASAP with Sonic tokens, and eventually we are also planning to do an airdrop based on like trading volume and repair volume. At the moment, if you like the platform, just go around, fuck around. If you love it, there's also like a really strong affiliate system right now on Sonic. And I'm in numerous Telegram chats, and I've seen blazing bot referral wars. When people were asking which bot they're using, which is always nice to see. It means that people care enough and believe in the product enough to share around and put their credibility online as well.
Yeah, man. I really love that. I think that one thing that the TG bots are missing is that I do love that there's like a web version too, and it's like really sleek. I poked around a lot last night, and I mean it is like dense, the things you can do in there. So
did you check out our platform yesterday? Or?
Yeah. So I was on the Blazing Bot web app last night. I pulled up the Telegram bot too. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both synced in platform. So whatever you do on one goes.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool feature to be able to kind of like sync the accounts directly as well. So but we need we need a lot of stuff like this on Sonic. So
what you have seen, like I just bought with 10 wallets so easily. If you want to capture any new tokens, a lot of supply, anything, like you have full control over multiple positions and so much control over your trading, what you wouldn't have with simple interface of just going in.
Yeah, and we also have like a bridge implemented inside of the bot. We're still waiting for USDC deployment from the Fantom team. Once that is live, we're also going to be allowing people to bridge from Ethereum, Solana, minus March, and Base directly to Fantom through the platform. Also, if you go to the left, do this vertical leg, just show around. Like if this is like a feature that only about 20% of people uses, but if you like high frequency trading, and you're like using more than,
you can disperse, collect.
Yeah. So basically, like you don't want to do like one-by-one transfer to each of your wallets, because it's a nightmare. But you want to acquire quite a bit of supply across multiple wallets, so you just don't want to have like 5% in one wallet. You can just use this feature, boom, one click, you're on all those wallets. You buy, sell, draw back the Sonic back into the main one, just to see how much we profit have.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we also have a bubble maps integrated. We're waiting for them to sync their nodes, and you will be able to see the concentration of any tokens before you ape in. So you do your due diligence. You come in, you check if the taxes are right, if it's not honeypot, if LP is burned, this is bullish. If there's no clog, means contract has no tokens to sell. You check all that stuff, you make your due diligence, you check the socials, you check the bubble maps, and then you ape in multi-wallet, single wallet. You have features like max buy, max sell tax that you can predefine before. It will not ape if it goes way higher, or you have min liquidity, max market cap. You set your slippage, you select multi-wallets. Yeah, it's packed, man. Packed with functionality. Like, and we're built in low-level programming language, so we accommodate the speeds of the Sonic, you know, because it's really short time to simulate. We simulate everything off-chain. So we have like 99% of success, and if it fails off-chain. So you don't burn gas, even though gas is cheap. But you know, why spend money when you can save it?
Yeah, we basically simulate each of your transactions on a fork blockchain, meaning that if you add like certain templates that you want to be using when you're buying, you know, like you say, hey, I'm only, you know, based on my morals, I'm only going to be buying coins under 1 million market cap, right? You know, like I'm a top tier shitcoin expert, and if it's over 1 million, so I'm already too late. And if you Slice, can you go to the templates?
I just want to say, and if you want to be really fast, you turn on Degen chat mode. You turn off the simulation, and you are 15 times faster.
My God.
Oh yeah, then you go initiation speed is then 1 to 2 milliseconds. Like we're like very confident when we say we're the fastest bot there is, just because we were retarded enough to build in the language we decided to build, and on the EVMs is, you know, nobody does that because again, nobody's retarded enough. And we decided to do that. We built our own libraries. We built everything ourselves, you know, from the ground up, you know, from the smart contracts to data indexing layer to the front end. And it was a nightmare. I hated it, but the results are freakingly amazing. You know, like we decided to run a marathon, not a sprint, and didn't do a lot of hard coding, and you know, the results are here. And the system is very modular and scalable. You know, so for instance, like we're adding dexes non-stop. As long as they're not too non-standard, we're adding, you know, like constantly.
We have Equalizer, Degen Express, Shadow, Metropolis, Dior Swap, Sushi Swap, Sonic Swap, Spooky Swap. That's I think we're like
going all in. You know, put our chips on the table and just, you know, close our eyes.
If you want to change your strategy, you create a template, and you, by one click, you change full stack of your settings. So both on Telegram and both on web app. So it takes a blink of an eye to change the strategy, and you're in.
Yeah, man. I'm just super impressed with it. Like I said, I mean, I only had about 5 or 10 minutes with it last night, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, you know, sit down and like really, you know, like really like dive in, because it's like so dense. But like I said, it looks like an amazing tool. I'm gonna definitely start playing around with it some more.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's great, man. You got referral links, you got a Telegram bot, you got token coming. It's all the things that, you know, degens love to hear for sure. So
yeah, I was gonna say, this looks like a power user tool for degens. You can do crazy stuff with this. This is awesome.
And it's not only that, but like we're so proud of our security. We made our security up to the ZK levels with the local type of speeds where you don't send any API calls outside. You need to wait 100 milliseconds. That's how we are able to have the 1-2 millisecond finality for execution. And together we have that top, like, best in the world from this type of category. Security that you have is we are 99% decentralized. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, man. You guys are gonna have to come back for sure as you get some updates. But yeah, definitely, I recommend everybody check it out at Blazing Bot app. Anything else you guys want to? Yeah, use Corval's referral link. But yeah,
bomb your audience. Good, I love it. You're a proper degen.
It's just business, fellas.
It's just business. It's nothing personal. You know, like you gotta make money.
Yeah,
you know, especially in these market conditions.
Dude, right? I still gotta eat, guys. Christmas is coming up. You know, I got gifts. But no, yeah. So for the airdrop, any other stuff you guys just get out there
I
and
think
start
we
playing with the
can,
app?
yeah, we can just like give like what's coming next. So the most important thing is like limit orders are coming like this or like very early next week on all ABMs. Then sniping is being built.
Multi-language.
Yeah, multi-language. So like we're adding 5 additional languages. We thought adding language is going to be simple. Like what's hard to do? Just change the words. It's a nightmare. Don't do it. I
Still in
don't know.
English.
It broke everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Once
yeah.
again, guys, we really appreciate it, and we'll have to bring you guys back soon. Enjoyed chatting with you. Gonna check this out some more. Blazing Bot app on X. Go there, get all your stuff, and thanks again,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Okay, I really appreciate it, guys. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you
also
too.
keep spamming those memes.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
That was
Okay,
fire.
appreciate it, brothers. Yeah,
Cool.
have a
Yeah,
good
you
one,
guys.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
See ya.
you. All right.
So, I believe he posted on X. So I don't know if it's a surprise to everybody, but we did have one potential third guest today, a super secret surprise guest.
A scandalous guest, a controversial guest, even. The man himself. I don't know. Should I even say? Does he need an introduction? Let's get
just
him
put
on.
him on
It's
the
gonna be a struggle
stage.
section.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready. Daniele, welcome to GMSONIC. How are you, dude?
Hello, sirs. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you,
sir.
buddy.
Sounding
Yeah.
silky smooth, Daniele.
Yeah, you got a nice
I
mic going on.
wish. Actually, do you know something funny? I still use the old school AirPods, the one with the wire.
Oh,
And for some crazy reason, the mic is actually amazing.
Dude, it
Like,
sounds as
Yeah.
good as my expensive Yeti mic. So
And if I give you some context, there is famous opera singers that they record themselves exclusively with this microphone because it has some sort of very unique components to it. It has been over-engineered by Apple to be idiotically good for executives or
Well,
something to make calls, which is
let me
crazy.
ask you something. Have you laid down any tracks with it that we can listen to?
Nah. I am. that's like a post. It's the next thing. Like I went fishing the last bear market. Now we're in bull market. Let me build.
Yeah.
After next bear market, rapper. Let's do that.
nice.
That's
Love
the
it.
next.
That's
the
right.
next. The next step in my process of life.
Look forward to for the next bear market Dracula. We can have Daniele record our new intro.
That would be excellent, actually.
I feel like very, very possible there isn't going to be another bear market if we are in the super cycle. So unfortunately, my whole concept of becoming a famous rapper is not going to happen, very likely. So, but we're all going to get rich. So that's good enough. That's good enough.
That works. I think that works.
That's what I like to hear, Daniele. I like to hear the wag me, dude. We're all going to make it. We're all going to get rich, dude. But
yeah, that freaking domain was expensive. I tell you that.
Like, yeah, it was worth its money.
Well, man, you've been busy leading up to Sonic. Been enjoying watching. You kind of like back on the timeline, talking about Fantom, talking about Sonic. You guys are dropping. Well, you got WagMe. Is WagMe already on the network, or is it still a day or two away? WagMe's
it's on
already
the network, but I'm not gonna turn it on if there is no Anon token yet trading.
Yeah. Okay, and that's what
Like
I was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
everybody's excited about this. Hey, Anon AI.
I spent 2,000 Fantom to get 2S before everybody else could deploy there, just to make sure I had shit deployed on Fantom New Sonic before everybody else.
That was kind of legendary on the. It was kind of legendary on the back end because people were like, some guy spent like $2,000 to get 2S. Like, what the hell?
That's me. Yeah. I mean, it's even more legendary that some people have spent $500,000 sending OTC 6 figures USDCs to fucking Anons, guys, to just cross the fucking bridge closed. And then and then Andre writes and it's like, fuck, people is mad. We gotta close this. What is going on?
So this guy had like a whole hustle going, right? He was selling it like at a markup.
Dude, I really thought about like redoing the ICO, but you gotta fucking respect the hustle. Code is law. Like I was really like, what am I gonna do? Because I thought I was gonna be the smart ass and put like when the ICO is starting in the hands of Sonic opening the bridge. So I was like, guys, I did everything. I put WAGMI on Stargate. It's gonna go straight away. I break the balls of everybody, including Layer 0, Primo, everybody, just fucking them up. Like I gotta have WAGMI API point ready before everybody else. Like deploy, do everything. So I know that the first thing you can do on Sonic, it has to be me if we need the fucking DeFi summer coming. Like that was the OG way to go about it, and that has to be again. Like if we want to run it back turbo, we need to start with Danny deploying some shit. Like
I agree 100%. I agree with this. Everyone's been anxiously awaiting your return to bless us with like 5-6 digit APR again.
Oh yeah, dude. People, they're clamoring, Daniele. Like if we were in public, dude, they'd be flipping over cars and stuff. They're screaming 1 million% APR. They're all over you, dude. You're like a rock star.
I wish. Honestly, we are in more sustainable fields at the moment, but I do have some tricks up my sleeves. The flywheels are coming, and
love to hear it.
like I feel like I think I invented the term Ponzinomics in DeFi. So I mean, you gotta expect some sort of like Ponzinomic coming from me. Like it's impossible that, but but in general, to me, it was pretty funny because I had everything, and I'm like, okay, contract is ready, blah blah blah, deploy. Sonic, to my honest, it was 25% Sonic, 25% WAGMI. Okay, Sonic sold out in something like 2 minutes. Like, well, even I was trying to bridge WAGMI. Fuck, Sonic was bouncing already, which it tells me like, holy cow, like actually the Fantom community was there even before I realized that it was there, because I was like, maybe Sonic is gonna be the one that is gonna sell out later. You understand? Like I thought, even in between USDC, everything, I thought like, people is gonna bridge out, and but actually a lot of people. And then I went around and asked to the people that contributed, bought FTM before going in, just to make sure that they were through the bridge faster, which was pretty cool to know. And then I was like, it's cool, we deploy anyway, because I said that I was going to be the first to deploy something to do.
Yeah.
And even if the USDC bridge is not open, fuck it. Let's put it in the hands of these guys to put the announcement. And if they want to do the insider job, it's their problem to handle, not mine, because the guys were like, why did you deploy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, it's up to you. And some of the Sonic guys were like, oh, why didn't you tell me first that you were deploying? And I'm like, bro, you have even the advantage now. You know when the fucking bridge is going to work. So, I mean, what can I tell you? Like, now it's up to you guys to figure out. And then I go to Zip, right? I'm like, yo, it's sold out, 5 minutes. What else do I need to do? I needed to reply for like 2 hours, so everybody's screaming, because it's usual. I'm the number one scammer, like I couldn't get fast enough my pair of sneakers. Now they're gonna resell for 10 times the price. Nike is the shit. Like I should have gotten my sneakers, And I was around replying to everybody, which I can understand. Obviously, like we're talking about hot stuff, so I can understand. That's why I put the FDV to 21 million. Guys, I could have put the FDV to 100 million. I'm gonna fucking get $50 million in there. Like that's the reality of the shit. But it's so much better if you kickstart Fantom, and this shit is gonna go 20x on Fantom. It's gonna fucking moon. That's what everybody wants to see. We want to see Sonic to be fucking successful. Projects that get to 500 million, 700 million. Doesn't have to be mine, but we want multiple almost $1 billion projects that are native to Sonic. That is the way in which the chain transcends everything, right?
Absolutely,
like that's
man.
the way in which it's domination, not a passive income.
Well,
Passive income. Like,
Fuck yeah, dude. This is what I'm liking to hear, bro. Phantom takeover, Sonic takeover, man. Domination.
well, for people that are like uninitiated, I was just gonna say, like, you just want to kind of like briefly like sum up kind of like what Hey Non AI is doing.
If you don't mind, because I think a lot of people tuned in about the bridge, I want to close a little bit of the story of the bridge.
Sure.
Because honestly,
Say
like
your name, Daniele.
Like
They're
I
saying
understand
all kinds of evil on you, brother.
I do understand. Everybody wants a fair opportunity, right? And fuck, every time I try so hard, even somebody like what the last of my fucking imagination was some random dude, and even how fucking crazy. Kudos to I can't redo the ICO because of this. Kudos to the bad motherfuckers that send 150,000 USDC to some rando to bridge. Like, that's fucked up, guys.
That is
like,
man.
let's be real. I don't know if you guys did it. Like, I don't know, maybe one of you is the guy that actually made the money. I know. But honestly, that honestly also tells you something super beautiful about the Sonic community. It exists, and for real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
people are
that's
going to get in. Yeah. I mean,
they
and
want to get in and find the way, and they trusted someone in the community to figure it out for them, which is even bigger. Like the giveaway of all of this to me is that the Sonic community is one of the strongest out there because of this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, people were chomping at the bit to get the stables over to get in on the pre-sale. I mean, is there still like I mean, I know that you said you had kind of like increased the market cap. Like, is there's still like a good bit of USDC like pre-sale left, or is it like?
I mean, there is like 1 million.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Like they closed. Imagine $4.6 million bridged this way, like through some anons.
Yeah, I love the idea of it's kind of like it's like your dealer or something. It's like you got to pick up your cell phone and call the dude and be like, "Hey man, can you like get me some money over on Sonic? Can you help me out?" Like,
yeah,
you know, I don't have like there's not like a bridge I go to. I got to like find this guy and like give him my money.
Like, this guy is a hero, honestly, for some people. It's like
some people.
And I tell you something about the history, a past history of very old days of I don't know if you were around in 2016, but in 2016 the only way you could buy IOTA was through Slack.
Through Slack?
Slack, do you remember? It's like a primitive bullshit Discord for suits.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. I've used Slack.
So imagine that you would have to go to the Slack of IOTA through a special plugin, because at the time you couldn't just invite people. You needed their email, the teams. You know, Slack was a paid version of it. Was a crazy thing. So then you would enter in the Slack, and there was some super random OTC guys that would give you pieces of IOTA for like $50, $100, and stuff like that. And you would pay a commission to them to sell it to you. And you would have to install this super sketchy wallet that even if they sent it to you, you wouldn't even believe that is real. Like, that was the whole, like, yeah, sure. Like, you sent me $300 worth of IOTA. Like the whole wallet was super sketchy, and this reminded me the good old days. like in which there was the deal was made with a big brain and a lot of chaos and a lot of like more than trust, I would say a lot of balls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, some huge risk taking, as we all do here in crypto. We love taking risks, but some bizarre, crazy, sketchy risk taking. So what you're saying is someone paid, just some random guy figured out how to bridge the USDC over, and you just sent him $150,000 to do it.
No, not 150,000. Like there was two guys. We did the Dune analytics. There was two guys that bridged $4.6 million for other people, taking a commission of average 10%.
Oh, well, that's just good business. Like
I'm talking that the
business.
bridge wasn't open.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they figured it out. They got it.
They figured the Merkle proof. Think that I wouldn't think that they would figure out, honestly. And then they just went out and say, look, and probably I don't know who they figure out, who they found, but and people reached out to them in probably some whales communities or some sub Fantom communities. You guys know better. I don't know. I don't want to know, because then people will say that I know. So I don't want to know how this all unfolded, but I just fucking wake up in the morning and somebody tells me, oh, there is $1.6 million in your contract in USDC. And I'm like, no fucking way. Did they open the bridge? And I didn't know. And they're like, no. 100% of all USDC on Sonic, it's in your contract. And I'm like, fuck off. This is hilarious. I'm like,
that's insane. That's got to be like the one time you don't want to hear I got 1.6
You can actually pull the Dune analytics. I think for every listener is actually pretty cool to pull out. I'll send it to you right now on Twitter, because I did a bounty for it because I wanted the community to do a good Dune analytics for it. And you can pull it out. And this is like the USDC, the amount of addresses that actually breached. It's pretty crazy. I sent it to you on Twitter.
One second.
Corbel.
Got it.
Okay, Corbel's got it.
So this is pretty cool, because there you can see the on-chain movement. And what I love about crypto in general, that there is no bullshit attached to anything. Like people was trying to say that the distribution was shit. Actually not. More than 460 people entered into this. And this is, look at the counter. This is the total, actually more, 4.7 million USDC.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Super interesting. And you see all the results, and it's very interesting how it all unfolded, and the time, you see, and all the
wow,
but that's the wild part to me still, is that I love the idea that people were going so crazy to get into Hey Anon that somebody figured this out, right? I mean, it's just like it's amazing. It truly is. Like, and I mean, everywhere, when the sale went live, I mean, everybody everywhere was trying to get in, and all the S got sucked up really fast. So I guess somebody just said, hey, I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, well, and if the value prop is there, right, they're incentivized. That's how much they believe in WAGMI, I want to
but
do this.
it's also like I don't. So there is a lot of reasons on why someone wants to buy something. Like the idea that I say that people buy it because they believe in the tech, I think is something from 2015. Like people don't believe in the tech, but they like coin green go up. Like, and honestly, like I'm a little bit scared now, because the demand, I thought that I put the right fully diluted evaluation, no? But the demand, because of what it happened on the bridge, was much bigger than my expectation.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like, to arrive to the point in which this thing happened this scares me of the snipers that are gonna come on the LP, and that has been like the focus that I had in the last 40 hours on how to make it really, really hard.
Yeah.
To make a sniper bot at the beginning on the initial liquidity addition, because it's obvious that it's oversubscribed. Now, I told the guys, and I actually told Andre, please, guys, don't make the mistake that is a bad PR to just drop the bridge without telling people what time it's going to drop, please. Because there is a sideline amount of money sidelined right now that is waiting to snatch that last 1 point something million dollars.
Yeah.
And probably the sidelined amount, if I would estimate it, is 20 times that. Okay. Like the amount of OTC that I've had requested is ridiculous. But it's a problem, because if you don't give everybody the same opportunity now, it's going to be a PR problem for the bridge, because first, the bridge was not supposed to be working, because that's what I based my decision on when I deployed my contract. I'm like, the bridge should not be working, even with the Merkle proof. I don't give a shit. It should be. And if it could have been blocked after, then it shouldn't have been. You understand what I mean? It should have been blocked already, like when things were unfolding. Fair enough. It went how it went. It's still normal people, like they got the allocation. So whatever, kudos. But now that we have the last piece, we need to make sure that the Sonic Foundation says, like, I don't know, 6 p.m., whatever time. Don't quote me on this, because I don't know anything about it. I want everybody. It's not that I don't even want them to tell me. You know, I want the public thing and say, at this time, we're going to open, or around this time. I don't care. Around this time, we're going to open the bridge. It's bridgeable USDC. Then the equal opportunity to everybody. Then good luck, you know, like take the last piece of whatever is there.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be interesting in itself to, you know, if they set a time and just see what happens with.
I think it's the right way to approach it. Yeah. I hope they do it this way. If they don't do it this way, obviously,
like, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. Huh? Like that's what we want to like it's funny because like I was the first to use multi-chain bridge properly, you know, and I remember you guys remember with Popsicle and stuff, and we did the airdrop and everything, and like the history between Fantom and bridges need to really start again. Like it's pretty fun. Like history repeats. It's always something about bridges. We need to figure that fucking stuff out there. Like,
well, the good thing is that I guess they put a lot of focus on the gateway and it being, you know, native assets and all that stuff after what happened, you know, multi and everything.
It's great.
And hopefully, I thought we were getting it in the next day or two. I thought it's about to be here, so hopefully they do give like a time on that and we can get ready.
I think it's gonna come tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Oh, we got a good history of predictions here, so you might be right. Tomorrow might
I'm
be
very good at predicting stuff, so I think it's gonna come tomorrow. And fortunately, like no funds were lost. This was my number one priority when I contacted, and I say, guys, like, it's all good. It's all good. The contract is not changing. Nothing is changing. It's just opening properly with all the validator system going well and everything being safe, because that's the number one priority from Sonic, and I agree with them. Like, I think they did a fantastic job. And additionally, there wasn't even a spike when we sent so many transactions in a couple of minutes to try to send to contract. So we really tested Sonic right away, you know, and it works like a breeze. So I'm looking forward for the next thing that I am deploying there that nobody knows about, that really test the 10,000 claims of Mr. Cronje. So I'm very looking forward for that.
What could it possibly be? And this is not Hey Anon AI?
No.
My
No,
God.
getting some alpha there. That
You've
there's
been busy, Daniele. You've been a busy guy.
third secret thing in the
You
works.
guys know when I'm in bull market mode, I'm fucking murdering. Like,
Cranking it out. Man.
like,
Hell yeah, dude. Well,
yeah.
do you want to talk at all about Anon AI? Because I'm a little bit curious about it. It's an agent.
So I feel like first of all, I feel like we can talk about a little bit of the argument in general. I feel like, and then I will talk about AI, because I think that the people don't really know what the fuck an agent is, like, and what is happening. Like, there is a lot of claims out there, and all the AI stuff is kind of weird. Like, it started as almost like as a meme, to be honest. Like, there was a moment in which people didn't know anymore how to push memes into Solana and just make them cool. And it kind of started the whole agent idea, right? Like having this agent that is interactive, but in the end of the day is a meme, like it doesn't really do anything. Like, that's the reality of things. And it's some model that is deployed. It has a token. Then it kind of evolved into, maybe this agent can do something, and they started trying to make agent do things, but also in a multi-sign type of environment, which is the right approach because of hallucination. And I made an article about RAG and the hard coding agents and stuff, and if anybody wants to go to my profile and read about that, I think it's pretty deep and important to understand. And that's where all the AI 17Z guys come into play, in which they have basically a meme launchpad, right?
Yeah.
In which they have these DAOs, which in reality is just like an agent in a multi-sign with other people, and they decide what to, like, the agent doesn't really have any. It doesn't take any actions, really. Like, it just parts. Like, it doesn't really do anything.
So
for now.
So like how you're saying they've got it set up is it's like got a multi-sig on it. So what it like proposes actions and then they choose which ones it actually does, or
if it even proposed them.
Oh, okay. So it
like
might
that's
just be
the kind of like people don't have a direct experience with real AI agents. So that's why I want to come in and kind of explain how I see it and how I coded it and how it works, our shit works. So basically my idea is a little bit more holistic. Like I'm like, AI is good in doing certain things. And what is an agent? An agent is, you would imagine it like an application, okay? An application that uses a natural language model to do requests and try to process things through natural language model, but at the end is coded to do one task, okay? Only one thing, not very general. The agent is specific. Like when we imagine ChatGPT is not an agent. An agent would be something that generates only images, okay? So it would transform or translate your language. So asking like, I want an ape with a golden fur walking in the desert. So it would request to the LLM, what does that mean, bro? Like, what's that all about? And then that will be translated in something that he can understand, the agent can understand, and then he can execute on that level, okay? For us, is pretty much very similar. So we have agents that do different things. But for now, we focused on two types of agents. So we have agent number one that I call the executor. Like, like it's you know how degen I am. Sorry, I'm just like the executor agent. The only thing that it does is transform your natural language, basically your prompt of something that you want to do on chain, and transform it into a transaction, okay? Or a set of transactions. And then it can wait or do certain tasks in certain ways. For example, I made a thread from yesterday. We made it about the liquidation. So one thing that he had, the agent task, was to retain a certain amount of liquidation protection through Aave, and he indeed breached assets from Arbitrum to close and refill a position. Actually, he refilled a position on Aave to maintain, to avoid liquidation. That's what our agent do. Okay, like it's an agent that only does specifically what you want it to do. So you ask, please, now you know. It's very weird because with AI, I always say like, please, when it's like, like when there is some human kind of component every time you're like, I don't know if that is going to change, but I always like, please, can you do this? Please, can you do that? Which is weird, but it's going to change eventually. But the idea is I have this position on leverage or whatever. I borrowed money. I just want to make sure that I don't get fucked. Can you do it in case I'm sleeping or when I'm sleeping, or even when I'm not sleeping, man, I'm at the restaurant, you know? Just make sure you either, and how it works is that you either have a very high level of security in which it sends you a notification to do it and prepares the transaction for you that you need to approve, or you have it as a multi-sign in which you both approve that transaction, or you have it as a hot wallet in which does the transaction for you. There is certain protocols that allow third party to do certain interactions for you. So you can utilize that. In other protocols, you need to use either the hot wallet or the cold wallet. So now that is basically what I imagine and what we have been building. Now we have integrated something like 12 blockchains so far, or 13. And something like 70 protocols that are actionable right now on the application.
Fantastic. So the agents you're talking about, they have to have like a very specific purpose. Like the one you mentioned is like Aave liquidation prevention bot.
He has a purpose of DeFi. Okay.
Of just specific DeFi purpose. So it doesn't need to be so specific where it's like, this is my swapping agent. This is my
let's say that, yeah, it doesn't need, like, you could potentially make an agent, and this we will get to that, but you could make an agent that is only a trading agent. But then if it's only a trading agent, maybe you want it to talk with the information agent about collecting information on what to swap. That would be a whole other type of agent, right? Like what in the DeFi agent, the swapping is very simple. Sorry, I have a lot of notifications.
No worries.
Yeah, my bad. I just my Telegram is a war zone.
You're blowing up. I totally get it.
Yeah, you still hear my notification? No, it should be fine.
Maybe that was me that time. I don't know.
There you go. I got cringed out because I was like, I just closed it. Whatever.
But yeah, cool. So with these agents, you have you said 7 chains and like a ass load of
like 13
chains. Okay, even more. 13 chains. So when are we going to be able to play with
basically
these?
Like all the chains, pretty much all the chains in which layer 0 is present, we try to, because it's part of the DeFi agent, to be able to bridge and stuff like this. So there is actions that we just based on that, those type of things at the beginning, and then protocols that are important, very important to execute certain actions that everybody wants, right?
Yeah. Very cool. When do you think we'll be able to play with one of these, Danny?
So about 100 users are already playing with it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and they're using it. There is, for example, the information agent, which is another agent in there. Yesterday gave to our VIP chat of token holders of WAGMI that have a certain amount of WAGMI, gave us a breakdown of what happened and what was the sentiment and what was the important stuff about the ICO and all those kind of things, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So it's there. like the only thing that prevents us to scale it so much is that there was some expenses that we don't know, because it's expensive to run this amount of compute power. So we wanted to do the ICO for this reason mainly, and then of course it's just I want to integrate as much as possible to release it, and we are rolling it out in batches. So just to prevent the overuse of it and the abuse of it, just rolling out in batches of who has Anon tokens and a certain amount till everybody will have it. So I feel like my goal is within 6 months to reach at least 500,000 users.
Whoa, ambitious. I like it. But I mean, it sounds useful. So that the uptake
very useful. You can imagine that I feel like the DeFi agent specifically, I imagine it as the abstraction layer of interacting with the DeFi. So yeah, a user experience enhancement more than anything, right?
Yeah. So to actually use the agents, right? There's like the compute costs or whatever. So you usually have to pay like tokens to OpenAI or whatever. How would you? So once this launches, are we going to have to pay with WAGMI tokens or?
No. Like our idea is to just stake a little bit of Anon and be able to use it. Depending on how much Anon you have, maybe you're earlier into using it, but that's about it. Like eventually, it needs to be pretty much very, very cheap for everybody, because you can abstract two things. So now our team has expanded in the last month to run and make our own large language model specific for this application, and as a mini model that can run. Our goal is to make it run on most smartphone, on anybody that would actually need to do any type of interaction with the blockchain. So most of the standard interaction need to be running natively in an iOS or Android app within the ML chip inside of a smartphone. Okay, that's my goal number one. So that's while we release obviously the more costly solution for us, because it's just more expensive, we are rebuilding it from scratch to be able to run into mobile devices. So most of the heavy lifting is done internally, and then whatever is more difficult to comprehend or more complicated for the large language model, mini model that is running inside of the smartphone, then is externalized into a more complex model to be able to execute 100% of the requests of the user. So that's kind of like my focus right now, and it's very cool. It's super exciting, because this is one of the biggest reason why I'm really back. Because if I had AI 3 years ago, the market would have been much different. I don't want to be like but the whole market would have been different, because this is the access for everyone. Like this is like the ultimate interface to interacting. Like I always felt like finance needs to be invisible, and even more in crypto when we have this opportunity. Like it's very complicated. Like even people trying to figure out to breach fucking USDC, guys.
Yeah,
it's complicated.
It is really complicated, and there's so many times you land on a new project's page and it's not really clear what you're supposed to do there.
I don't want to break the spear, but these guys that were before me, I didn't even understand what they're doing. And fuck, I'm quite of a DJ, guys. Like I'm pretty like I would need to spend quite some time on their page to get it. And like that is a problem. But if Anon will be able to integrate with their stuff, if it's useful, it will use it. Like
it's like the mother of all aggregators, isn't it? In natural language, so you don't have to even know what the hell's going on. I'm a big fan of that, Daniele. I've always said that too. The only way crypto is going to get mass adoption is if it becomes invisible. I think that's a good way to put it.
That's where I'm coming in. I'm building basically the invisible, the layer to make the invisibility cloth. The Harry Potter cloth. of invisibility. That's what I want it to be. Like, you don't realize how complex things are, and you shouldn't. Do you know how complex it is to send a bank wire? I don't know. I don't want to know. I just want the fucking money to arrive where it's supposed to be.
That's exactly right, dude. I don't care how I don't want to hear the labor pains. I just want to see the baby. You know what I mean? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's actually happening behind the scenes. But I'm glad to hear you tackling this, Danny. It's getting me very, very bullish, man. Very, very bullish. Is there any way people out there who aren't already in WAGMI can participate right now, or any kind of call to action you got for the people out there, Danny?
You mean have access to the Anon?
Yeah, dude. How can I get in there, man? I want to play with it.
Yeah, I think now I don't want to, like, my team probably want to fucking shoot me every time I say something, because they always say, Danny, you should never go to to podcasts. But at the same time, obviously, like, we have how many? We have 2,800 people right now listening. So yeah, that's cool. So
that's gonna be good.
I would say that after Christmas, we'll have a much bigger chance of thousands of users joining.
Okay.
So now, if you already have, like, for anybody that has, I think 5 million WAGMI, for anybody that has 5 million WAGMI already and didn't know that I have a VIP group for that, well, there is, and Anita can give you the access. And if you have 5 million WAGMI, you can access directly into the VIP group, and you would be able to use it right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's like, and obviously, I appreciate the feedback, and I want to say thank you to all the guys that are using it right now and the testing for us, our alpha version, because, like, it's very important. I'm not the only one that I don't know everything, and people underestimate the value of the community. Like, they do a lot. I don't. Like, I'm very community centric and people first. I've always been. So,
well, Danny, that's why they love you so much, man, because you get the community going, dude. You got me all hyped up earlier on in this podcast talking about billions and billions on the network. So I'm with it. I want to thank you so much for coming on. I got to wrap it up here because we've kind of gone over, but it was such a pleasure having you, Danny. If we could have you back again in the future, I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and it has been a pleasure to be here, and thanks to everybody, and see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. And check out heyanon.ai, Blazing Bot, SilverSwap. Thank you to everyone that showed up and everyone who's watching at home. We'll catch you again next time, probably after Christmas. Adios.